You working throughout the talk, so at some point, all right, so they've told me 1, 2, your friends need more brains. This is Tom Eston, Kevin Johnson, and Robin Wood.
Hello, Shmoocon. Welcome to Social Zombies 2, Your Friends Need More Brains. This presentation is starring myself, Tom Eston. By day, I am a penetration tester for a large Fortune 500 company, and by night, obviously, I am a zombie looking for brains in Monster Energy drink machines in Vegas.
I'm Robin Wood.
Robin, you need to get your animals to the vet.
Yeah.
Stats.
They're the healthy-looking ones. I'm known as DigiNinja on a lot of channels. I've got quite a few tools out there: Krios, Yasaga, Interceptor, Cool. Unlike most people who are giving the talks, what I say is representative of my employer because I'm self-employed. I do pen testing and web development and security tools. So if anybody wants to hire me, I'm free. Come talk to me later. Free.
He's free, yeah. Woo.
It's all open source.
I'm Kevin Johnson. I'm within Guardians. As to whether or not my employer agrees with me, if they don't, they have schmooballs.
Yeah, you're wanted by the Umbrella Corporation, apparently.
I went in their web app.
So why are we here today, right? We're here to talk about social networks, and we want to continue the discussion that we started at DEF CON 17. So Facebook, right? Facebook's still the #1 social network. It grew by at least 25 million since we talked about them at DEF CON. So they're around 350 million users right now. Interesting question, though, is how many of those accounts are actually fake? How many are Kevin? Kevin, what, a couple thousand, maybe?
I have 150 currently.
There you go. Interesting, 120 million people log in to check their Facebook daily. That's a lot of people. Twitter is actually, it's not as popular as it used to be. It's kind of, hasn't been growing as much as people have thought. But still, 6.2 million people are joining Twitter every month. And by the end of 2009, we've seen about 75 million users. That is a large target base. So, social networks, it all comes down to trust, right? Fake accounts. We've touched on fake accounts before. We all know that there's fake accounts all over the place. Here's a great example.
Fake accounts.
Yes, we have our own fake accounts. This is not my fake account. This is one that I found. This is Kara, right? Yes, she's pretty girl, right? She's not real. She has that's right. She has a link to a nice, sexy site. If you click on the link, it takes you to this. Yeah, fulling.com. Very nice, very nice. Some sexy ladies. Some of you guys may like that, right? Yes. Now here's another one here. We got, her name is Carrie, but really it's Robert. That's a clue, right? We got the hot chick, right, that you usually see in fake accounts. They're following more people that follows them. There's some misspellings. I'm 18-year-old. Check out the tiny URL. It's the same in several places. That's a clue. And of course, when you click the link, it takes you here to this nice fake Twitter page, which is actually videos.secure.twitter.placement-selection.com. That is a phishing site.
Real good HTML coding with the greater than.
But to a lot of people, that looks like a Twitter page.
Yeah.
So, Rick Astley, right? If you guys saw our talk at DEF CON and my talk at Nauticon, I impersonated Rick Astley, and I had these great ambitions of actually Rick-rolling everybody. But Rick-rolling is so, 2007, right? So let me ask you this. Who is the most dangerous woman on the internet? Kevin Johnson? Yes?
Who told?
Yeah. No, it's Jessica Biel. Jessica Biel is considered the most dangerous woman on the internet, and I am not making this stuff up. There was actually some research done by McAfee last year, and they determined that 1 out of every 5 Google searches with Jessica Biel takes you to malware. It's true. It's true. I consider this an advanced persistent threat. Screw China. Forget about China. This is apt.
Jessica Biel is Chinese.
She could be.
Yeah.
Very well.
Or Debian.
Or Debian. Yes. Sudo apt-get.
We need to add that to the repository.
I think we should. So I decided to create this Jessica Biel bot, right? So she sends out quotes these are actual quotes from Jessica Biel herself. Found a site that did that. I also found a impersonation site where you can send pictures of yourself if you look like a celebrity, and one of those celebrities happened to be a Jessica Biel. So I found a nice picture of a young lady that kind of looks like Jessica Biel. And Jessica just replies to people with these nice, friendly, thank you, oh, you're so sweet, oh, that's so nice of you. And it's interesting to see the people that actually think that was really Jessica Biel.
I was really upset when I saw this slide deck and realized she wasn't following me.
Yeah, Kevin cried inside. So like this guy here, Herm K, he was getting a little annoyed because it kept saying the same thing. Third time you've thanked me, okay, quit now, leave me alone, please. Okay, you said it for the sixth time. Some people get a little annoyed, but But most people were like this guy who said, hey, thanks for following me. I thought I'd never be followed by a celebrity, so thanks again. That's awesome.
You still haven't been.
Yeah. So what makes a Jessica Biel bot, right? So, like I said, found the fake picture, found the name. What's interesting, if you look at the name in Jessica Biel, there's this I, right? An L looks like an I, depending on the font. So this is actually Jessica by I, not Jessica Biel, because I didn't want to exactly impersonate Jessica Biel. I didn't want to get in trouble by all her thousands of lawyers and, So I signed up for an account on Twitter, LinkedIn, tagged. And what's interesting is Twitter has this great feature where you can link your account to all these different accounts. So on Jessica's LinkedIn account and Jessica's Facebook account, whenever I post something on Twitter, it shows up on all those other sites. Awesome. What can we do with that? So first I want to thank Nathan. I don't know if Nathan's in the room. Nathan Hamill is speaking tomorrow. We come to his talk. And Prabhudeva, who is actually Benny Lava. Who knows what Benny Lava is, right? Yeah. So right before this presentation, I lava rolled all of my followers, and everybody that was following me on Facebook, everybody that was following me on LinkedIn, all got the same message, and they have been lava rolled. So I followed through, we got rid of that, and we're done.
Isn't the internet amazing?
The internet is amazing. Absolutely.
Is anybody out there going to admit that they got lava rolled?
No, one person. Awesome. So the point is here, it's still easy to exploit trust. These are the same techniques that attackers are using, creating these fake accounts to get you to click on links, not just lava roll links, but actual links that send you to bad places. There's really no good way right now to verify accounts in social networks. Twitter has tried with these Twitter verified accounts, but of course their process is extremely secret. No one knows what that is, and only a handful of celebrities have actually done it.
DNA testing.
DNA testing is one.
That's what I heard.
Exactly. So let's talk about some privacy concerns that we found recently with social networks. Hey, Facebook privacy settings, right? Back in November, they made these massive changes to their privacy settings, thinking that we're going to lock down more things. Wrong. More of your information now is available on Facebook than it's ever been before. So your name, profile picture, gender, current city, networks, friends list, and pages are all public information. That means searchable on the internet.
As they should be.
They should be for us.
Right,
exactly.
right.
Now, what's interesting, Mark Zuckerberg, founder of Facebook, says, users don't want privacy. Privacy's dead. Screw that, right? Well, all of his pictures ended up public after the Facebook privacy settings were put in place back in November. He didn't want that to happen. And this is the founder of Facebook.
When he found out he was hugging a teddy bear.
Yeah, he is hugging a teddy bear in that picture. It's cute. Blippi. Who's heard of Blippi? Right? Yeah. Pen testers love this. Yeah, who's on Blippi? Besides Kevin.
Oh. Why is it always besides Kevin?
Well, I don't know.
Kevin is on everything.
Yes.
That's a good point.
Blippi is a new social network that allows you to tie your bank account or your credit card information, and everybody can see your purchases, including ATM withdrawals, including domain name registrations, like this guy. And this guy even had a private registration done on a domain name that he renewed. So now, you know how private registrations are supposed to hide you from being seen? When you do who is? Yeah, oops, now I know who that guy is.
As a matter of fact,
Awesome.
if you click on his profile, it links over to one of his blog postings where he gives his real name, he talks about where he is, and everything else. So if that site makes you mad.
So the best quote I've seen yet was by Chris Nickerson, right? I joined Blimpie, and all I got was jacked at the ATM. Freaking awesome. Says it all. So, take this a step further, right? What's the ultimate stalker tool right now in social networks? Kevin Johnson, right? No, geolocation tracking, or better known as Foursquare, right? Everyone's seen Foursquare. I became the mayor of crap this and city that. I'm at Starbucks, I'm at Barnes & Noble.
Mayor of Idiotville.
Yes. This is a fantastic tool for not just stalking somebody or cyber stalking somebody, but it's great for profiling executives at a company, for example, or really anything. So if you know how Foursquare works, you sign up, you go to a site, you check in, you get a badge, you get little badges for doing little stupid things, and of course you can see your mayorship. So for example, this woman, I can see exactly where she's been, where she's going, her habits. When she gets up in the morning, she goes to the spa, she goes to Staples, she goes wherever, and I can track somebody that way. Awesome. So my conclusion here is this: Blimpie plus Foursquare plus Facebook plus Twitter plus LinkedIn equals complete ponage. That's it.
Can somebody build a mashup to bring those all together?
Yeah. So why the heck?
Oh, yeah.
Why would social networks do this? This is just crazy, isn't it?
You censored heck?
I did, yes. Sorry. F. How's that?
Okay.
It's all about money, right? Social networks are designed to make money. They may not make a ton of money right now, but that is their point. The more information you share, the more valuable you are. Absolutely. And think of this from the attacker side. The more information you share on a social network, that's more for the attacker as well. Works both ways.
So are you saying that my 150 fake accounts on Facebook make me even more valuable
Absolutely.
to Facebook?
Absolutely, Kevin.
Nice.
All that fake information, but it's all fake. But they gather that information and they use it for whatever.
Who
they
said
want.
it's fake? Right.
Right. So a great
It's
example, great example of money, right? Recently, Google and Microsoft gave Twitter a ton of cash to allow their information into their search results. I mean, we're talking millions of dollars they're given. So big companies have invested money into these social networks. So we, as pen testers, right? We're attackers. How do you use this information? Well, obviously, it's a wealth of information, so we use different tools. There's social network search engines that are out there. There's tons of them out there. It's just unbelievable. Maltego, we know about Maltego, fantastic reconnaissance tool that I highly recommend everybody use. Has Twitter and Facebook transforms now, so you can use those to visually correlate information together. You can use your traditional Google hacks, so your site at Facebook or whatever, and search for information, just picking on Bank of America there. And of course, manual searching. You can just manually dig through Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and whatever, and find the information that you want.
We regularly use this information in our pen tests at InGuardians, where we will actually go out in this Facebook, MySpace, we'll friend people. We always send that nice message, right? Hey, do you still work at? I haven't seen you in forever. Click yes. And then we gather the data and then go to their password reset section or social engineer, and we download millions and millions of pieces of information, credit card numbers, social security numbers, client data, whatever. Social networks are exposing your organizations. Thanks.
We appreciate it. So some new security concerns that we've found since our DEF CON talk. Koopface, right? Koopface is still the #1 social network worm. It crosses all social networks, all the major social networks, Twitter, MySpace, Facebook, LinkedIn. It can be found everywhere. Interestingly now, it actually is using the chat features like in Facebook. So it'll pop up a message from one of your friends through the chat feature asking you to click on this link to get some nice malware installed to propagate the worm. And also it includes CAPTCHA breaking by default. So in terms of CAPTCHA breaking, when you type in that CAPTCHA on your machine, it pops up, you've just created an account or sent another message for the worm out to one of your friends.
I'm so glad I can't read CAPTCHAs.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then think about tying this to, Adobe, i.e. 0 Day, Zeus Trojans. All this stuff is tied to the kube face. Scary stuff. Danger, social network applications. Who plays Mafia Wars besides Kevin? No one. Oh. Farmville? No Farmville?
I am my own mafia.
You guys are smart. See?
They're just not admitting it.
Yeah. So, two researchers, Avid Raf and the Harmony guy, last year took a look at third-party applications. Avid Raf concentrated on third-party applications and Twitter, while the Harmony guy looked at third-party applications and Facebook. So all those fun games and throw snowballs and all those different kinds of apps. Well, he found vulnerabilities in over 9,000 of these Facebook applications. And over half of those had passed Facebook's verified application program. Verified doesn't mean they look at the code at all. It's just a series of checkboxes, compliance.
It's verified.
Yeah, it's fun. 6 of those apps were actually Farmville and Causes, which are some of the major applications on Facebook right now. And most, of course, could be installed using clickjacking, which is still a problem on Facebook. So here's an example of 2 that I found in an application called Network Blogs. Here's some nice SQL injection. That's awesome. And this is a persistent cross-site scripting hole that I found as well.
Cross-site scripting is not scary to people.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
You can't do anything with cross-site scripting.
Not at all. Facebook told us that.
Yep, that's right. So more than 218 million Facebook users were found vulnerable with all the bugs that we found. That's a lot of freaking people. A lot of people. So let's take this a step further and see what can you do when you find one of these bugs in a Facebook application. So we're going to call this the Facebook browser auto own. And we're going to use beef, right?
Yes.
Pen testers love beef. So here's a profile. You go to the profile, click on your friend's wedding profile link, because this is the app that we're exploiting. It's called Wedding Book. This message pops up saying, hey, please wait, don't close this browser window. Beef loads up. My zombie has appeared in the browser. Check it out. I now send my Metasploit browser auto own payload. User still sees the screen, waiting. What's going on? Something's loading in the background. This is nuts. Come back. Now I see that I've successfully deployed my Metasploit payload. I look at the jobs. I've just launched a series of exploits against that user, browser exploits.
Good distribution there, by the way.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And now I got a session. We've just popped their box, as Dave Kennedy would say.
Isn't it your box now?
It is my box now, yes. So we look at the sessions. Now I'm going to interact with that session. And it's all game over from here. Use proof, get some hashes, and the box is now mine. All through a Facebook application vulnerability.
Anybody want to join my farm?
Anyone want to play Farmville now?
What's the link? I fed your fish, though.
Thanks.
And that was just
my daughters, thank you.
Now, in this app, this was just a persistent cross-site scripting vulnerability, and you could have done this in a number of ways. You could have embedded a hidden iframe, so the user just saw either a pop-up box or absolutely nothing, and then you could have linked this to a clickjacking install. So if this user didn't have a wedding profile installed, they would have it installed, and then they could propagate a worm throughout Facebook. Scary stuff. So now let's talk a little bit about advanced social network bots. Jessica Biel was not enough. This is the next level. So we've seen more Twitter bots, right? More of these evil Twitter bots, ones that pull these trending topic data. So like, for example, when the iPad came out, attackers were actually grabbing that information and then posting malware links. So when you searched for trending topic data on the iPad, for example, you would see all kinds of links. Recently, we saw ones for to promote wares, pirated movies, Avatar, things like that. And these bots are extremely easy to code, extremely easy. The API allows for this. And automated tools, right? If you're not into coding, there's other ways that you can create a bot with a nice window GUI type tools.
The lazy hacker.
With the lazy hacker, exactly. A lot of these tools actually are available through torrent. So even if you don't want to pay for them, download something, get a key gen, and you've got the app. A lot of these also have CAPTCHA bypass, which is nice because then you can outsource your CAPTCHA breaking to, say, India for a couple pennies. And they all have links now into these interfaces to do that type of CAPTCHA breaking. So here's one, Facebook Blaster Pro. It's about $40 if you want to buy it. And it'll do all kinds of automated things for you. It'll gather IDs, and then it'll start sending things to your friends or other people and start building that trust that we talked about. So now, Robin is going to talk about the new version of Krios.
Woohoo!
Okay, so just for those who don't know what Krios is, which one is it?
Yeah.
Krios is command and control system, so basically a botnet controller, and it's designed to run over social media. Obviously, the original botnets generally ran over things like IRC, but hopefully most corporations now are blocking IRC on their networks, but very few are blocking web access. So yeah, let's run it over the web. Supposedly blocking IRC access. Yeah. So what is it? I've deliberately written it as a proof of concept. It's written in Ruby. It is not stealthy. It's not particularly optimized. However, it could quite easily be weaponized if somebody wanted to.
Well, it actually was weaponized right around our DEF CON talk, if you remember.
Yeah, somebody did. I don't know whether they based it on my ideas or not, but there were base64 encoded tweets going out for a while. And yeah, I got a lot of hits that day on my site. So yeah, it's written in Ruby, so it's cross-platform, and it's not optimized. It's currently designed to run over Twitter, JPEG, TinyURL. So for Twitter, it's got a controlling account. The controller posts tweets out, all the bots look at the tweets and act accordingly. So you can do things like ask it to ping, ask it to execute commands, and ask it to grab files. So the basic way to put those together is you ask the bot to ping just to make sure it can get an outbound connection. It then downloads your backdoor and executes it. That's it, game over. Through JPEG, the reason I wrote this one is a while ago, somebody did a command and control thing over JPEG. It hit the news. But the way they did it, they basically had a JPEG header and then the command. It wasn't a valid JPEG. It just looked like one when it's passing through some of the filters. I figured if you're going to do it, you may as well do it properly. And
thank you, Robin.
Seeing as JPEGs let you do metadata, all I've done is taken a nice innocent-looking JPEG and inserted the commands into its metadata fields. So you can post the image to any website you want. You can put it on TwitPic, anything like that. The bots look for it, download it, pull the command out, execute it. Finally, TinyURL. It's quite a tricky way of doing it, this, but TinyURL allows you to specify what aliases you want for the URL you're shortening. So what I did is came up with a way of basically generating predictable aliases. So it takes current time and date and various other things, hashes them together. The controller does that, and the link that it posts up based on that alias is the command. The bots then check TinyURL for these pre-calculated hashes or aliases. If they exist, looks at the URL, and that's the command it's going to execute. So it's quite obscured. It's quite an interesting way of doing it. Obviously, if you hit the URL, it's up to you whether you make it valid or not, but the command will be hidden in there. So that's what it currently do, or that's what it did do. I've now added LinkedIn support. So the LinkedIn API, at the moment, it allows you to read any data out of the profile, but it will only allow you to write to the status field. So all I've done is started hiding the commands in the status field.
Santa's evil.
Yes.
Santa is evil.
Go, Chris. So yeah, so as you can see there, command ping that IP address. And then if you want it a little bit more obscured, one of the other things Krios allows you to do is specify what language you're posting the commands in. So this is a kind of English language. So rather than just ping this, it's do stuff on that IP address. And I've written it in a modular way so you can write whatever languages you want. The number on the end of that, the hashtag, is just a hangover from the Twitter side. That is actually a checksum. So it stops people posting fake commands for you. The bot will check, is it a valid command, and does the checksum match what it's expecting? For LinkedIn, you could obviously modify that and do it in a better way so it doesn't look quite as obvious. Also now, I've got it working in Windows. Before, it was a bit flaky. It might work, it might not. But now I've gone through, give it a good test in Windows. Works on just the standard gems. The Ruby that you get off ruby.com, the Ruby installer, I think it's got all the gems installed that you need. So it should just be a case of download, point and click and go. What's next with it? Obviously, everything I've done so far has been over HTML in some way, JPEGs and web things. I would like to move on to other types of channel. So if anybody can suggest anything that's not HTML-based, but is social media or is the kind of thing that organizations will let through the firewall, let me know. Preferably
Flash.
Flash?
Flash would be good.
Yeah, Flash could be good. Yeah, I'm trying to think of something that's not web-based. So maybe email, snail mail.
Open this letter from Robin.
Read the letter to your computer.
Oh, if you get the microphone to turn on, you read this into your microphone. Own yourself. So if anybody's got any suggestions or any other channels, please get in touch. And now, hopefully, we should have a demo. This is using the LinkedIn stuff that I've added. Does it play?
Yep.
Yes. Yep. So, it says, now with LinkedIn and tested on the Windows. So we start off with just a basic status. So it looks nice and innocent. We've got Linux on the top, Windows on the bottom. We're starting up both the bots. You specify what command channel you're using. So there we're specifying that we're going to use LinkedIn. They start up. At the moment, I've just got it listening every about 5 seconds, I think, looking for commands. There, the commander just sent a ping command. And that's what it looks like in LinkedIn. As you can see, Linux has got it. And so there's Windows 1, there you go. So both machines there have had the commands. Now let's say change the language. So now we're sending the command more of an English style. There we go, there's the new command to change the language. And now it's sleeping and waiting for the commands to come through again. And so what that does is it goes away, it downloads the new language file off the web. Krios is dynamic. You can specify to download different files. And then it updates itself automatically. So it's not just a fixed application. Now we send out again, do another ping. This goes out in more of the English style. There we go. Windows has had it. Linux is just waiting for it. And Linux has had it as well. So if we just scroll up on that one, you should see. There we go. There's the command that it received, and it calculated the checksum as well. And there should be the same thing on the Windows box. So that's it. It received the command, checked the checksum, and executed it. So if you want any more information, the download, I put it up this morning, so it's free to download.
Very nice.
Very good, Kevin.
And now pass you over to Kevin.
How many people accepted a friend request from me today? Please.
How many accepted one from one of his bots?
And how would you know?
Or my bots. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's too many. Too many bots. Oh.
Third-party APIs.
Kevin's favorite topic.
Yeah. The minute a social network site announces that they're going to allow developers to build applications for their users, I giggle. You know, the easiest idea she could have is just put a mic in my office, and when I giggle, to worry. So all of these sites, they start adding functionality, right? Let's bring the users in. Let's advertise to them more. MySpace's developer platform, open social, the idea, pull it all together. All of our favorite, Facebook.
Very nice.
You ever feel bad for Facebook? No. Don't. And then, of course, my new favorite, Ning. Mainly because I like saying it.
Ning that
Ning,
you
ning,
can't,
ning, 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 ning.
Ning that you can't log off because the logout button's broken in Firefox.
Why would you want to log off?
Yeah, don't log off.
That blocks some of these tags. The APIs, they're all designed to provide you information, right? I honestly believe they've sat down and said, how can we build something that makes it easier for Kevin, Tom, and Robin? All of the big sites are offering them. Of course, LinkedIn is mean and makes us verify stuff and get permission.
We get around that.
I got permission.
Nice. Right? They let us play. And we can start exploring what data they offer us and just basically have fun. Right? This is my latest fun. We talked about Social Butterfly at DEF CON 17. We've added a new version of it because Zombie Smiles was just boring. This one I really don't understand. Some guy who I guess is famous stood up in front of some awards show and interrupted some woman who is famous and bitched about the fact she got the award and not the person he liked. And that was news. Thank you, CNN. So we created Kanye Westify. The idea behind Kanye Westify is, it takes his famous quote, "I'm gonna let you finish." You're able to Kanye Westify yourself, which causes blindness.
Or your friends.
Or you can select your friends and Kanye Westify them. By the way, if anybody has Kanye Westified them, punch them. So Kanye Westify reads their latest status message and then posts to their wall, "Hey, friend name, I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had the best your status message ever." People click this shit.
All the time.
Get a life. So you Kanye Westify your friends, they Kanye Westify their friends. It spreads. I'm trying to Kanye Westify somebody at CNN. So far it hasn't happened. No comment, but Tom knows. So Kanye Westify is really cool, right? You get to play with your friends, post things to their wall. Not sure why you couldn't just type it yourself. But what does it do in the background? Because anybody who has seen me talk before knows there's nothing the front end says compared to what I do behind it. So
Kevin likes the back end.
damn, that's going on Twitter.
Back end, huh?
So in the back end, I'll keep it going. It grabs all of the user's information, dumps it to a file, grabs the friends of the user's information, which might be why Ed SCOTUS won't accept a friend request from me.
He just doesn't like you.
He doesn't. Do you know he's illegal in Germany? But I guess now I am too. It dumps all your friends' data, dumps your data. Thank you, Harmony Guy. He built a blog posting that created 25 FQL queries that backed up your entire profile. And so I cheated and used his, because I'm lazy. It dumps it all down, pushes it out to a file. Yes, Facebook, we delete it every 24 hours, as you told us we have to. Terms of service. At that point, we're also able to embed JavaScript that will iterate through and brute force history browsing, right? We've all seen this JavaScript delivered via cross-site scripting. Forget cross-site scripting. Let's deliver it by Facebook. So now we can tie together your publicly available information, your privately available information that you've let Kanye West read, with your email address. Oh yeah, did I forget? Facebook added the ability for applications to say to you, hey, if you want more Mafia points, give us your email address. So your email address, your private information, and your browsing habits. How many people want their browsing habits exposed and tied to their real ID? Right? This is great. Total marketing win, total evil attacker win. We can talk about social engineering. We can talk about phishing attacks. We can just talk about grabbing people's information because privacy is dead. Right? Kanye Westify, if anybody does it to you, please keep it spreading.
So, have the undead won? Is it all over? I mean,
Yes.
Zuckerberg said privacy is dead, so it truly must be if Zuckerberg
He's right.
says it's true. Yes, of course. Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm worried.
Oh, dear.
Something's coming up here.
Zombie defense, thank you. Very nice. All right. Woo!
Now,
I love Larry.
you get a little power here. Kevin. Oh, sorry. Bend over, Kevin.
That'll be later.
So we need more brains, right?
As do our users.
Exactly. User education. I know we talk a lot about, security awareness and educating users of social networks, and, it's an almost nearly impossible task, right? But, we got to try. We got to try unique ways of doing it. Get the information out there. There's got to be ways that we can educate stupid people.
Own their machines, then
Could we,
tell
put
them.
it, could we put it in a Facebook app and have that spread?
That's been done, ACLU. It
Yes,
didn't work.
Yeah, the ACLU actually has an awesome quiz that you can sign up for on Facebook that shows you exactly all the information you expose, and it's kind of a way to learn. So there's more things like that coming out, hopefully.
Sadly, the wrong people
Right.
are clicking it.
Right. We need better privacy controls. So, Facebook is obviously opening more up because that's part of their business strategy, but they can do things that we think that can help lock things down a little bit further. End this opt-in developer model crap. Seriously.
At the very least, if Kevin Johnson signs up to be a developer in your API, say no.
Yeah. We look at LinkedIn, for example. LinkedIn actually has a decent model for applications because they don't just let anybody develop an application. It goes through a rigorous review process, which
Damn
probably
them.
includes code review, and they only allow certain apps. And you have to pay in to do that. So, Kevin's not going to pay Facebook any money anytime soon, I guarantee it.
Who says?
Maybe you already have.
If that's the rule that I have to pay to get in, that information, I'm funded, thank you. See, right there.
Right.
Because I'll tell you, that information is worth
Right.
practically anything they would charge.
Right. And tighter controls of the APIs? Maybe. Is it possible, Kevin?
Is it possible? Yeah, the APIs could be locked down, but it's going to break most of the applications
Right.
out there because the apps are designed to gather your data for marketing.
Right. All about money. That's what it comes down to.
It is.
So we have a site called socialmediasecurity.com. That was something I founded that helps shed some light on some of the issues of social media and security and privacy around them. So we've got research from a lot of people, like Kevin, myself, the Harmony guy. A lot of other people are posting stuff and information and disclosing vulnerabilities and all kinds of things. So you can check that out. You can download Robin's awesome Creo C2 at digitninja.org.
Yeah, there's plenty of other tools on there as well, so have a look.
Yep, and of
Good
course,
stuff.
Yep, you can follow myself, Kevin, and Robin on Twitter if you dare. Please accept all friend requests from this guy.
Yes, please.
Yeah, nothing bad could happen.
There's no need. I'll invite you.
Please friend Jessica Biel.
I'm gonna let you finish, but
Questions?
That's a user education tool.
Yes.
how many security guys friended Chris Kringle in the last Ethical Hacker Challenge?
Lots. And the best part about it is, ask me how many unfriended him when they were done with the Ethical Hacker Challenge. Yeah. I actually thought nobody would respond because I was writing the challenge with Ed, right? Wait, Kevin Johnson wrote a challenge that involves you using Facebook? No. So yeah, lots.
So, curious to meet, how is it different from LibOMG?
Don't know what LibOMG is, so I couldn't comment.
It's better, even without knowing about LibOMG. Robin wrote it, right? Come on.
Does HTML5 impact any of your work?
Yes, HTML5 impacts our work amazingly. Tomorrow, you'll find out how great HTML5 is. I'm begging the W3C to keep releasing their wonderful crack-driven features. Oh, and by the way, thanks Google Chrome for supporting all of them.
We appreciate that.
We love you.
All right. If there's any more questions, we'll be up here or find us around the con. Thanks.
Thank
for
you very
coming,
much.
guys.
Thanks.